Thank you very much, James. Indeed, yes, this is the last chance to dance. If you want to get some good points on the board for today, rolling in tomorrow. Remember, this, of course, is the group stage. We have 3 days of it, and then once it's all said and done, we have our 32 teams laid out by how they will be playing for the week ahead. 32nd place is absolutely the one spot you do not want to be. For everyone else, make it to top 16 and you could be laughing. But for now, it's going to be a difficult one, Toby. These teams are so far proving that even down at the bottom end, the latter end of the leaderboards within this group, there's still life in them and there's still a lot to be shown.
And that's what I love so much about these global events. I mean, yes, in some regions, it's a little more heavy on the top than it is on the bottom in terms of the skill set of the teams and the depth of the skill set in certain regions. But when we have the best of all regions combined into tournaments like these, for a very big portion of it, there is no top and bottom in terms of skills. That all these teams are so damn talented, and that's what I've been waiting for a year. That's what I'm sure all the viewers have been waiting for, and for the players too, been waiting for a long time, getting to play tournaments like these. Now, VIRTUS.PRO and STK, they are jumping side by side, but it seems to me like VIRTUS.PRO are thinking better of it. Maybe not going full commit on Primorsk, also given the fact that they've now seen the circle and gone, yeah, okay, so maybe Prim ain't really worth the fight at this point. They've backed off, gone towards core instead.
I'd be disappointed if James chased it and then just morphing slowly.
Yeah, the water snake. I mean, you're dead now. You're supposed to laugh at those type jokes. Oh, Indigo, no one's laughing at your aim, though. Batulins, butchered.
Yeah, back of the buggy just gets completely melted, and now the fight will have to endure. VP will have to either take this one or just opt to deny it completely. The rest of them are trying to get together, but look at Xiong's off angle, Toby. If they decide to try and disconnect to this, even as a weakened position, he could capitalize upon this one. He's put himself so deep into the circle up against the blue, should I say, rather than the circle. It just denies that entire rotate point from them, and they have to go forward. They have to commit to Yasnaya, or at least the fields to go through. I mean, I love that. You're basically just stopping any escape plan. All right, they can get the res and they get themselves back on the feet. But it means that even though they're doing that, Damwon is still in the driving seat, and they can control where you're going.
I'm expecting them and hoping for VP to sit around where they are, at least for a little while longer, wait and see the next circle, and then to say, you know what, we got to tank that phase 3 blue for as long as we have to in order to get a better spot and better entry to the circle, because they will know, they will be well aware that where they're coming in from now is gonna be clustered to some extent. Long Skirt doesn't need an introduction. Very, very, very talented player. He's sitting with a high ground advantage over James, another very talented player who doesn't need any introduction either. So we'll see if this Liquid and Infantry fight will commence. Even with a knock, I'm not sure any follow-ups will come in. But as I say that, jeez. Yep, that's a bit of the skull, just torn apart. Long Skirt, he hits those. He hits those every day of the week. And they get the circle too. Now it's getting interesting. James and Liquid, they want to get the rest. They want to get the hell out of here. Clip has a prime position, but he's alone. If Oath commits to this now, it could be Liquid not able to capitalize in a good position because James just went down.
Fantastic effort there for LG Divine to secure themselves a place within this circle. Gen.G, we've had 3 or 4 knocks now coming out on this roster. Inonix clearly on his first one because he hasn't bled out just yet. Snake is the second one to follow for Oath, unfortunately. Bullets coming from Lorena. You need to make these count. Those need to land sharp, especially on a team like Gen.G. Let him get away with murder. He's only going to cause you problems later on down the line. Inonix finally finished. So is Esther as well. Ends his position now paying dividends, Toby.
Yeah, they're sitting real tight right now. They know they have VP just below them. VIRTUS.PRO could potentially push up, but they also know them to be a team that don't over-aggress before phase 4, phase 5. So with the next circle popping, which should go towards them to some extent, they should be expecting a potential, or at least the threat of VIRTUS.PRO pushing up the hill and engaging on them. But for now, they're sitting tight. They know Tianba is on the west side. M200 making their way into the circle now. And there you can see why STK committed south and why DA would have wanted to have more space at this point, because does just one more team engage on that south side of the circle, that could be troublesome for both STK and DA. Indigo finds Xiaoyang midair, connects on him, and that should be Infantry probably being taken down. But no, damn one, they're leaving. Are they leaving? No, they're not. They're taking the fight.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of these rosters have looked at that. Okay, we're moving into circle. Hold for a second. Long Skirt stands up. Indigo in the back. Finally just waits. Bit of trigger discipline, but there will be shots coming his way, so he needs to be aware of that. Simultaneously gets the flush, so it's job done. Under. Does he want more of this? Especially if he knows he's made contact with him and he's damaged. Strangulate them, don't let him get away with murder whatsoever. He's chasing this one down. Look at this aggression. It's very rare we see players chase so damn hard, even to the point where he's going hunting. Nade will come over. Now the position will be noted. Final player is gone, and pick up any other extra meds and additional bits and bats you finally want. JS goes down, but for down one, you do have one player directly still in front of him. It's going to be Loki, but given the position of the circle, Toby, they are in a very, very difficult position. This will be hard, not only to find an entry point to the circle, but more importantly, to find a place to fortify themselves. Down, Pero, do the dirty onto AAA. Collateral damage is done, and they leave the server 13 alive. 44 players individually.
And now they can try and push forward. They're going straight down towards Liquid. James is out on the wall, gets attack on the first guy, doesn't get the second. Can he get down Son Yang? Yes, he can. Down he goes instantly. More shots fired. Maxi can't quite connect on KO.
There's a fair amount of blood coming out of those vehicles, so I do fear for down one once they arrive at their position, regardless of who's there. A weakened set of players arriving at the worst time is going to be perfect for all these other teams that are scraping at the bottom. Oath, Liquid, picking up frag points between them. Gen.G goes down in 13th. And again, with down one up at the top of the tables alongside Gen.G being very weakened, this will be a good time for everyone around that middle pack to try and jump them out of the smoke and into the shack we go. Ike's left on with the kill. We're on board with Under, having a look at what he's doing. Meanwhile, Petra are just going toe-to-toe. Tian's there as well. Squeaky will fall. Batulins. Bit of a European battle going on off-screen as he is confirmed dead. But Lorena hits the deck instantly. Very little HP. And does somehow still manage to get a shot back. Finally does fall M200 simultaneously. So Petrichor Road still holding on for dear life. But it is insanely, insanely close. And when you have FaZe Clan lingering here. Liquid's going for a 2-2 split. Clib and Mexi are actually left standing in the compound, while Ibi, Jimbo, they will go forward to try and find a better holding for this fight. First nades will open up on the side of Petrichor Road. One answers back. We'll see if it finds its target towards Uber. It does not, but the headshot comes through. It's a tag as well, but now they have to make the push. Down one's gone down. They are eliminated. Fire on the floor, so they have to be careful as FaZe go to the retreat. Will they expect someone flying around from the blue? I'd see. Does not. Fuzzface is there as well. He's no idea. That's two. Can they continue? The damage sprays through the smoke and shuts it down. But FaZe have been battered. That is so much damage from one individual player they did not need to have.
There's no way they're getting these reses up either ends. You saw them try and push down, but they have the fear. VIRTUS.PRO pushing from the other side as well. Diggory and Tixu both had to fall back to help Rustin on top of the hill. In the meantime, Liquid trying to stay put, knowing that Oath pushed down below them. You can see Mexi is looking for them down there. 8C does go down in the end of it. Mexi is looking around, knows he has some of the NA players sitting below, but can't quite get the angle on towards them.
3 M24s in play from 3 different teams. I like this. I like what I'm seeing. It kind of tells you the lay of the land, that we are in a bit of a more open trajectory with a low side than a high side. With the circle going more towards the high side, it puts VP in the driving seat. The question is, Liquid, how do you deal with that? With that hillside that runs up against the road, kind of where it kinks in and snakes in, plus LG Divine, it becomes so difficult to make any kind of maneuver without being seen, whether it's by VP or whether it's by any other team across the opposing side, of where ENCE will be making their last stand. FaZe Clan behind them. Liquid lose their first player. Reload goes down. We know Oath's already had damage done to it. I believe they're down to 2. Yes, they are, because they're on your screen. Balefrost, last man standing. For how long, I do not know. These smokes will only hide so much for so much time. Everyone else has kind of got eyes on the prize. DXG is slowly but surely working their way towards the circle. I think next on the chopping block, it's either going to be DA or LG Divine. We shall see. Eyes on the prize for Balefrost. He finds Ibi falling behind a stone.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Oath to make their way inside this circle. They did manage to get the flush on Mexi, but Liquid is standing strong on the east side of the circle here, won't let them through. And now, as we were talking about before, DA wanted to deal with STK just for this not to happen below them. In the meantime, DXG and Divine once again squaring off against one another. 2 guys are down instantly. Turtle, the only one left alive, trying to hold off, and he does manage to get both flushes in there. It's IQ 500 left on his own on the east side, and over towards the west. The remaining 2 players from FaZe Clan are trying to push their way in. They have to run into ENCE to some extent, but it's going to be up to VIRTUS.PRO to really decide on whether this is going to be a sandwich situation or straight on 2v2.
Luke 12's trying to step up to the plate here. Clearly has the information that Phaser in a weakened position. Down against the tree. If the fire does go around it, he's going to be laughing. Uber, finish. Purdy Curdy sees it. Leaves Gustav. Last man standing for Face Clan. It's a bit of a European brawl over on this side of the map with VP directly in front of him as well. Gustav still just holding back, but does need to make the advancement because of all the gunfire that is behind him. My problem is that Diggory's waiting. Diggory actually had the upper hand, but Gustav shuts it down. Needs to go for the heal instantly. Turtle will fall. Ibby, clip comes in. M24 solidifies the frags. That's another point in their bag. Now, the good thing for Liquid is that basically the road in front of them, with all the players dying earlier on, it's now clear. Now they actually have somewhere that they can make a proper fight. They can make a proper stand. The next fight will be on your screen. DA. They have to take on STK, and STK is wrapping low.
This is going to be so hard. I mean, STK, they have the upper hand. They have the position above. They know there's no pressure from behind. This is going to be DA having to take the fight too, and they know Liquid are holding from below. They need to push over this hill. Essentially, I'm not sure how they can play below without Liquid getting eyes on them. They might have a little Saga. Nope, they don't. Smash already been found instantly by Clip. Now, push over the top from STK. First one down. Alo finds a Mert, goes down immediately after. Will it be the triple? No, it won't. Purdy gets it, but doesn't matter. DA eliminated. Shoot to kill. All the room in the world now, but Liquid are making their way over towards them. 3 EU teams against Shoot to Kill, all against one another, of course, but let's see if STK has what it takes to bring home this one.
Clip going off with an M24, that's kind of what you want to see. Face Clan, I wouldn't anticipate Mex too much now. The only thing he can do is really do damage, but by doing that, it just slows them down and slows the approach. VP, I mean, we'd have to say, Toby, after seeing how they play for some time, this is kind of the perfect scenario for them. They've got 4 players alive. They've been quiet. They've been cautious. And more importantly, they have so much room compared to Liquid and STK, who are sandwiched side by side, that we have currently in the field. Heard it. Use the trees for now. Finally, an angle has been exposed. Finally, he sees one. Hyruzen answers back. Lou goes down to sub 40% HP. Nades will kick off loud and proud any second. They don't find the initial targets. They don't have the initial information. Alo again, 50%. This is very difficult. Dire Straits here as they move slowly but surely. Liquid still standing strong and just waiting for these two teams to work their way towards them. This will be their time to go. But James has been spotted. There is an answer back. Ibby sees him, at least fires through for now. But losing one makes it that much more difficult. Luke Trolls also. VP are just looking at this and laughing, thinking, well, this gets a little bit more easier. Or does it? With Spyro going down, he will answer back at least by Hyruzen onto Purdy Curdy. Liquid now have to move. They know the game is up. They know this has been engaged and it's time to fight. With 2 going down, it's Liquid versus VP at the top and upper ends of the map.
This is going to be so damn difficult. EB going down on VP, somehow managed to claim control throughout the end of it. Spiro is down still. They got Batulin's down to low HP. Clip all on his own, and there is Sheer Bull. I'm not sure it's going to come to more effect. No, VP wins it, taking home the final game of the day with 8 kills there. And great play from them. I got to give it to STK, though. They did everything they possibly could not to become the middle of that fight. But in the end, it would happen regardless. Liquid, solid performance from them, given how they started out the first 3 games. But in the end, glad to see VIRTUS.PRO grant themselves a win in the final one of the day.
All my life I want money and power, respect my mind, no die from last shot. I pray my dick get big as the Apple Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. Goddamn.